Dontaesboxingnation, what's going on, guys? So the news in today is Canelo has finally announced who he wants to face as potential opponents for 2014. Now, we already knew that Cotto was one of those potential opponents, but now added to that list is Sergio Martinez, which I think is a terrific matchup, Canelo versus Sergio Martinez. Now, we already know that if Canelo were to face Cotto, it would be a good fight, and I would love to see it. But realistically, we know that that's just a money fight. It's just good for business. And it really doesn't do anything for Canelo in terms of moving him up in the top 10 pound-for-pound list. But when it comes to Sergio Martinez, obviously we already know that if Canelo were to go in there and beat Martinez, it would cement him right somewhere in the top 10 pound-for-pound list. Now, from the article that I read, it just may be a better chance of Canelo getting in the ring with Sergio Martinez before he fights Cotto, because basically Golden Boy is saying the only way they're going to fight Cotto is if Cotto does business solely or directly with Golden Boy, excluding Top Rank out of the picture completely. Now, I don't know how realistic the chances of that happening is, but regardless what happens, it seems like we're going to get to see Canelo step up in 2014. Now, when I read this article, it basically said that all three of Canelo's matches are going to be pay-per-view. See, that changed everything when I read that, because when I read that, that's when I said to myself, oh, wait a minute. He must be stepping up, because there's no way that Canelo is going to fight three opponents pay-per-view and none of them be elite fighters. So what I'm wondering now, is it possible for Canelo to get both Sergio Martinez and Cotto back-to-back? I'm thinking it's probably not that possible, because most likely one of those fighters, if they don't get the fight with Canelo, they're going to move on, and they're not going to wait around. They're going to try to get another fight on the side, unless they just get like a little soft touch fight just to wait around for Canelo. It's possible. So, it's possible that Canelo could fight Martinez, Cotto. Now, the next question is, who would be the third pay-per-view opponent? And I truly believe the best opponent would be the winner of Lara versus Trout. I mean, we've seen this situation before where you have two champions and both of them lost their belt, and they're both fighting to get back to championship status, right? So it makes perfect sense that both of these guys, especially if Trout were to beat Lara, now Trout is champion again. Canelo doesn't have a belt at 154 pounds. So that makes perfect sense that he would go and he would fight Austin Trout to get his belt back. Like I said, the fight was extremely close the first time around, and I have a huge feeling the rematch will be a lot different. I think it'll be a lot different. Another viable opponent would be the winner of Demetrius Andrade versus Vanes Martirosyan. That's another good matchup for Canelo Alvarez. I don't know if Canelo is ready to fight a style like Demetrius Andrade, at least, who's long, lanky. He's a southpaw. He has amateur Olympic pedigree. That will probably be a real tough fight for Canelo Alvarez. And then, of course, you have Gennady Golovkin, who I don't believe Gennady Golovkin is going to come down to 154. He may. So I threw him in there because it's a possibility. Money changes everything. And if they offered him some money, he just might say, okay, let me go ahead and get in the ring with Canelo. That, in my opinion, would be a complete recipe for disaster if Canelo were to get in the ring with Gennady Golovkin. And so if I was Golden Boy and Team Canelo, I would keep Canelo as far away as possible from Gennady Golovkin. I already told you guys before that Canelo Alvarez, he does fight in spurts, and because of that, he would almost be tailor-made for a style like Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin is not going to allow you to take breathers and take parts of the round off. He's going to keep coming, kind of like a Lucas Matisse, kind of like a Ruslan Provodnikov, okay? So, that's what I think about that matchup. And then, of course, we have Victor Ortiz, which I guess now he's going to fight Alfonso Gomez. Because of the type of opponent that he's facing, it's going to probably look like he doesn't deserve to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. That'll just be another one of those, good business, type fights that don't really do anything for Canelo Alvarez's legacy or career. So moving on is Carlos Molina. And by the looks of things, I guess Carlos Molina will probably be Canelo Alvarez's very, very last option to have as an opponent in 2014. So, I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts on this news that just came in. And if Canelo does, go off of his word and he does fight Sergio Martinez next year and follow it up with either the winner of Lara Trout or Andre Martirosyan, anybody like that, I give Canelo a lot of credit. Okay, we're going to really, really see what he's made of. And, these are the type of fights that we want to see. Like I said, in the last year or two, we've been getting nothing but competitive fights back to back to back. And it seems like it just keeps getting better and better. Golden Boy Promotions, they are really doing a good job. Richard Schaefer constantly trying to put the best matches together. I've been pretty hard on Canelo Alvarez because it always seemed like he was a little reluctant to step up and fight fighters like, Martirosyan, Lara, and et cetera, et cetera. But like I said, he can make up for that if he gets in the ring with Sergio Martinez. I'll tell you that right now. Now, what I will say, though, about Golden Boy and Top Rank is I think we are getting a little bit too many pay-per-view bouts. I mean, it's starting to get ridiculous. I don't want to have to pay for every single fight back to back to back. Richard Schaefer is doing a great job with putting these fights together, but you still have to look out for the fans at the end of the day. All right, so that's pretty much all I got on this one, guys. I'm on to the next one.